Hey y'all, welcome back for another video. I'm Marquita of meetmarquita.com, where I inspire women to maximize, monetize, and make an impact through life and style. In today's video, I'm going to share my best pre-love luxury handbag purchases. So before we get into the bags, I just want to mention a few of the places where I like to shop for pre-love luxury goods. So first up is Fashionphile. Fashionphile has such a great variety of items, all kinds of brands. Y'all, they have everything. So I've purchased, I believe, 2 handbags from Fashionphile and maybe a couple pieces of jewelry. But I've been pleased with everything I've gotten from them. You can return items if you don't like them. I can't remember the exact policy, but you can return at Fashionphile. They also have like some store locations, I think in New York, LA, a few other places. But I really love Fashionphile. It's a great website to purchase pre-loved items from. I've also purchased a bag from Poshmark. So that experience went well. Poshmark does authenticate anything over $500. So that's always a great thing because you know that what you're getting is authentic and real. However, you cannot return, not unless like you have some type of issue with what you purchased. Like maybe it wasn't described as or maybe it doesn't look like how it was described on the website. So you can't return with Poshmark. So that's something that you might want to think about when you shop on the site, especially when you're looking for items that are kind of expensive. I've also purchased from Yugi's Closet. I heard about them years ago. I have a couple bags from there and a couple pieces of jewelry. Every time I've shot with them, it's been a great experience. Everything came as described, so I'm very pleased with them as well. Now, I have not purchased anything luxury from eBay, but I hear that, that's also a website that you can consider. In particular, there's eBay Japan, from what I hear. I've actually been looking at a few items that are on my wish list and just, keeping an eye on those things. So I've heard great things about it, but do your research, okay? Do your research. There's also Rebag. I have not purchased from Rebag before, but I heard that's also a great site that you can check out if you're looking for pre-love accessories, handbags, jewelry, stuff like that. So I've definitely purchased from Fashionphile, Poshmark, and Yugi's Closet. Now I haven't bought anything from eBay yet, but I'm looking at a few things, so we'll see how it goes. But I can't speak for Fashionphile, Yugi's Closet, and my one experience with Poshmark. So, of course, do your research. Shopping pre-love is a great way to get deals, obviously. You can also get your hands on items that are no longer in production, like archive pieces, things that were made years ago, really great vintage pieces. So, again, I'm not going to get into a lot of the why you should shop pre-love because I kind of did a video about that um, a few weeks ago. But we definitely always want to consider shopping sustainably and checking out some great items. So the first handbag we're going to talk about is this bag here. This is a genuine leather handbag from Miu Miu. If you checked out my video about reasons why you should shop thrift and vintage stores, you know the story behind this. I found this at a local thrift store for less than $20. So honestly, this was one of my best finds. I feel like definitely from the thrift store. One of my best finds from the thrift store. Genuine leather Miu Miu bag. The leather's just so soft. It's well used, but still in great shape. So I definitely can see myself keeping this in my collection for quite some time. Next up is this Gucci Soho shoulder bag. And the color is like a deep mauve color, like a mauvey pink. Almost would, in some lights, it might look a little brown, but it's kind of like a deep mauve color. So I purchased this maybe about 10 years ago. I think it was probably 2015 to 2016, somewhere around that time. And I got it from Yugi's Closet. I think that's how it's pronounced, Yugi's Closet and not Yogi's Closet. But I found it on their website for like a steal. Um, it's really cute. I actually have not worn it in a while, but now that it's spring, it's the perfect time to bring it out because of the really nice color. So I definitely want to make a point to wear this sometime soon. But it's beautiful, really nice size. Of course, it's a shoulder bag, but I can crossbody it because I'm short-waisted. But I do love the quality. Of course, the chain is nice and strong. It has this leather here at the top so that, the chain is not digging in your shoulder when you wear it. Nice and spacious. I love the cute tassel here. um, yeah, you can really fit a lot of stuff in here. So this is a really nice shoulder bag. Great quality leather from Gucci. Next up is the Eva clutch from Louis Vuitton in the monogram canvas. I actually was inspired by my sister to purchase this. She actually has this bag and I tried it on and I was like, oh, this is really nice. It's really cute. At the time, I needed something small, but not so small that I can't fit anything in it. So I actually found this, I believe, on Yuki's Closet as well for a great price. I like that, of course, you can be worn several ways. Of course, it has a small chain strap here. This bag can be worn handheld or on the shoulder. It can also be worn crossbody because it comes with a long strap. This vachetta strap here can be, of course, attached to the bag. So you can wear it crossbody or as a long shoulder bag, obviously, if you like to, but it's so long, I don't think it would look nice as a long shoulder bag. It really works nicely as a crossbody bag for me. But it's really nice. I can fit like my cell phone, a small wallet, some chapstick, a mirror, the essentials in this bag. So I really like it. Really great finds. So if you're looking for something small but mighty, check out the Louis Vuitton Eva clutch. I'm sure you can find a few of them on the pre-loved market. I'll try to link some below. All right, up next we have this pouch here from Louis Vuitton. Now, I guess I wouldn't really consider this a handbag, although some people might carry it as like a clutch. But this was also purchased from Yuki's Closet years ago. This is the Damier Ebene little pouch that comes with the Neverfull bag. I do have a Neverfull that I purchased in store, but it's the monogram um, canvas, and it does come with its own pouch. But this was purchased way before I bought that one. So at the time I purchased this, I wanted something small that I could carry a few things in. Of course, not anything too big, but something that I can just use as a wristlet and put on my wrist when I'm running to the grocery store and just running other errands. So this is definitely held up over the years. It still looks great. I will say I have not worn it in a while. And now that I look at it, I'm thinking I might actually sell it, but I don't know. We'll see. But it's held up great over the years. I mean, it's in fantastic shape. Not much wear at all. So y'all don't sleep on the pre-loved market. You can find some great deals, okay? Stuff in pristine condition for lower prices, of course. Next up is another Louis Vuitton bag. This is the Louis Vuitton Alma BB in black. So this is actually the first all leather, like full leather bag that I have from Louis Vuitton. When I was searching for the bag, I feel like it was out of stock on the Louis Vuitton website. So of course I'm looking for pre-loved. I think Fashionphile had this bag, but I found a cheaper price on Poshmark. Now I was a little nervous. I know they do authenticate anything over $500. So I wasn't worried about that part. But at Poshmark, you can't return things. So I really took a chance with this, but I'm glad I did because the young lady who sold it to me, of course, she was great. I've read her reviews and everything, and she seemed to have great feedback from other customers. So I took a chance, and I'm glad I did because this thing is in pristine condition. I mean, just beautiful. And I needed a black bag with silver hardware. So, of course, this came in perfect condition. It has the Louis Vuitton lock as well as the keys that come with it. So it's just really, it's such a cute bag, not too big, not too small, just dressy enough, not too casual. So I needed something that was dressy. So I really think this fits the bill. Of course, it has a unique shape, so you can't fill everything to the brim, if you still wanted to keep its shape. But you can still fit a pretty good amount of items in here: wallet, cell phone, a snack, whatever you need. I also, of course, like that it comes with a shoulder strap. This is really long, so if you're a tall girl, this will look great on you as a shoulder bag. But I've actually cross-bodied this bag a few times and it was okay. But honestly, I think it looks best handheld. So it's perfect for church, sorority meeting, whatever you have going on. It's just so cute. So classic, classic Louis Vuitton. So I'm definitely pleased. This is definitely one of my best pre-love purchases. And I was just so thankful that everything worked out well on Poshmark. So if you're thinking about purchasing a new bag and you don't know what to get, consider the Alma BB. It's the perfect size, great quality. The epi leather is so durable and it's beautiful. Okay, it's just timeless. So consider the Alma BB. You won't be disappointed. Oh, it has feet too. That's always a good thing. Our next bag is from Gucci. This is the Gucci Dionysus in size small. I really love this bag, y'all. It's just beautiful. I love the monogram. I'm a monogram girl. At first, I wasn't. Like when I first started getting into purchasing luxury handbags, I wasn't into monogram. But then, I don't know, it grew on me. So I just love how Gucci does their monogram. It's just so classic. And then this taupe color is the perfect neutral. Y'all, this goes with anything, any and everything. It's just so beautiful. Of course, this is coated canvas here with like aged brushed silver hardware. I love that here. Here at the front and of course on the chain. It does have some suede here. I don't have any other bags with suede on them, so it has suede in the inside and of course on the sides. When it comes to a handbag, I like to have some space because I like to carry my things. Even if it's a small bag, I still want to at least be able to carry my phone in it and a wallet and some keys, at least like the bare minimum accessories. So I just really love this. Now, this bag is pretty spacious. This is the size small. They have a medium, which is much bigger, and then they actually have smaller versions. I think they have a mini or something else. But I thought this was best for me and for my frame. It has like an open pocket here if you want to put something there, and it's like accordion style. I do have some inserts here to protect the suede, but you have this section here. You have a zip up part here if you want to put something here, and then the back section here. Of course, I have another insert here, but I love it. Of course, I want to keep my bags in the best condition possible, so I do have the inserts in most of my bags. But again, this is not like anything I have. It's the perfect neutral. And honestly, this really goes well with those Gucci slides. I actually tried those on when I was in Chicago last year on a trip with my mom and sisters. And I told myself, oh, I don't need those because I prefer like a loafer instead of like a mule slide. But now that I think about it, of course, they would match perfectly. I might revisit that. But this is a great bag. Um, Great bag from Gucci. I will link some below if you're interested. Just beautiful, beautiful bag. Great condition, great strong shoulder chain here. Just beautiful. So if you're thinking about a bag from Gucci, consider this one. My last bag is this beautiful bag from Fendi. This is the Fendi Zucca Mama bag, purchased from Fashionphile. And y'all, this thing is beautiful. It's vintage. It is over 20 years old. When I was looking for the perfect Fendi bag to purchase, of course, I wanted something vintage, and I was looking at the baguettes, the smaller sizes. But then I realized, okay, I need something bigger because I like to carry my things. So of course, I found this one in great condition, especially to be 20 years old. Of course, it has the silver hardware here and on the sides, brown leather straps, very spacious. Now, y'all, I can carry everything in this bag. Of course, you might not be able to see. I do have an insert in here. Let's see if I can take it out. I purchased a brown insert here. I'll just pull it out halfway. I purchased a brown insert for the bag. I can fit all of my essentials and some snacks and a bottle of water in this bag. So I just love it. It's really nice, very lightweight. And I feel like this can be worn year round. Summer, spring, fall, winter. I really like it. Of course, it's a classic um, Fendi monogram. and it's just great. I mean, for especially over 20 years old, it's in great condition. Great condition. So, of course, I'm a fan of vintage. I feel like, I mean, I like some new stuff too, but I feel like the vintage bags were really made with that great material. The quality on those vintage bags, I feel like is just much better than some of the quality that we're seeing now. But I mean, like I said, this is over 20 years old and it looks fantastic. A couple scratches on the leather here, but other than that, it's in great condition. So if you're thinking about, a Fendi, check out Fashionphile. They always have some really nice ones up there. This print, I always see black and they have like a beige version with the smaller F's, I think. I think I've seen those different variations the past few times I've looked on the website. So, if you're interested, consider the Fendi Zuka Mama bag. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. I will link as many of the bags as I can below in the description box. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.